wandered into a forbidden area. You sense it might be time to leave.
I'm going to bed. Good night, everyone. Alright, have a very good night, Mana-chan. We attack. And everyone is screaming. So, here we go. Also just for the attack of opportunity. Oh boy. Improved warding flare? Nice. Yeah, I was really hoping for attack of opportunity smite.
Who breaks the hearts? Minsc breaks the bones.
Dang it, none of my multiplayer friends are available tonight. No, I'm sorry to hear that. What kind of games do you usually play? A multiplayer? I mean, I want long rest before entering anywhere, right? Let's go. Ah, it's so nice. With the empowered evocation magic missile, it's so good. I love it. Let's strike. And let's miss. I think we're keeping Boo on the sidelines for this battle here.
May the dice roll in my favor.
Just this, they're from my D&D game. Ah, nice. Well, nice that you have people to play BG3 with. Not nice that they don't have time tonight.
Onward.
I think we probably can't use Blight. Yeah, because it's a construct. So, they're immune to psychic damage, they're immune to necrotic damage. No, to poison damage. Resistant to fire, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. I mean, I could use this integrate. 20% chance to work. Nope. How about chain lightning? Ooh. Nice.
What must be done?
Jaheira. You just have to be careful, because if you get them low, they're about to explode. Then again, we're going to long rest either way, so what's the worst that could happen, right? Hey Blue, nice to see you. How are you doing?
Got to press on.
Have we had a nice week so far? Scheduling is the final boss. For real. Like, the most difficult thing about D&D is just like finding days where everyone is available. That boss... Did I forget about a fire resistance? I did.
Where do I go from here?
I was like, that's not enough damage. Something amiss. I would say let's just smite. Fuck off, Faerûn. Nice. And there we go for the explosion. And I think they also explode if you just kill them, right? Well, let's find out. Here. I'm good in you. Technically it worked, but can't work because there's work being done to the internet, so I can't work. Yeah. How are you watching the stream if there's like work going on the internet, or you just work like watching on a mobile device? But I mean, they still explode. But I mean, kind of sounds like a nice force break then, I guess. And also glad that you're doing well.
They will die for you.
Personally, I am just a bit exhausted. Work is currently really on fire, so lots of things happening. I have to work overtime. Also still struggling to look for a new job. But hey, stream is awesome.
Moving ahead.
They've been pretty consistent about Saturday nights, luckily. Oh, that's cool.
Might be a while before there's
Had a long
another
fight in the
chance to rest.
foundry, and at the very end, send a turban range of the explosion radius. Oh gosh. That sucks. So, before we go into the foundry, let's go for a long rest. Everything's smooth up for you, thank you. I really hope so too. are just currently having like lots of paperwork, which is a mess in Germany. But then again, I think it's like a mess everywhere. Then it would be nice in the United Kingdom.
Hells, our time is short. My father is here, and by the living gods, I will free him.
Why are you saying that every time, Will? Your father is right here. He is alright. Don't worry. Oh well. Oh well. Your looks so clean, mine is covered in blood and vines in the game. Sure. Hey, Bolo.
It is splendid to see you again, my friend. If you hadn't saved me from that mob, I'd be penning a guide to the afterlife based on first-hand experience. Perhaps you would hazard a guess as to why the mob turned on me?
Balus. Faerûn also criticized Gortash. Did you speak out against the cult of the Absolute? They have eyes everywhere.
It is not the eyes that I fear, it is the intelligence behind them. The Absolute is merely the outward form of something far more insidious. The Lord of Murder has returned. As he did 100 years ago, Baal has set his accursed sights on Baldur's Gate. And his temple runs red with the blood of the innocent. And just as then, he has more than one chosen to manifest his gruesome plot. He has Orin, and he has you.
How do you know that? How? Why? What? I mean, I guess he is observant. You have no idea how channel rating works. It's a D&D book joke. Oh yeah, I got that. Oh well. Isn't Volo like level 2? Oh wow, so you know what I am, you should also know that it means I can't let you live. Baal does not have me. I reject his influence.
I see that. You have at least a measure of self-control. But Baal's inheritance is not shrugged off so easily. The heart of a Baal spawn is a flipped coin that lands on its edge. Yours is a family set on self-slaughter.
Family tradition.
There are two or more, they will destroy one another until a single heir to the throne of blood remains. In times gone by, there was an errant-hearted Baal spawn who stood against his foul father and brother, Saravok. Optimist that I am, I hope you are of similar heroic vintage.
Aww. But you know, Volo, that would have been very useful like 3 streams ago. We kinda already did that. But we can't say that. I hope so too. I think I can be the hero the city needs.
I believe you will be. And I'd like to help the only way I know how, with a guidebook. This one did not flow from my quill, but from that of the wizard Irenicus. It is a study of the Slayer, and may give you a much-needed edge when you face Baal's chosen.
That's the boon Martin told us about, back at the battle. Well, Volo, I guess thank you. It's a little bit late. Volo actually does know a lot of stuff, which is kind of funny, because I mean, he also just makes up like lots of dumb shit, to be honest. But he also knows a lot. I've already slain Mirko's chosen. I can handle that.
I am a living witness to Baal's defeat those 100 years ago. So I know your battle against him is not futile. He can be stopped, but not all of those who stood against him survived. And those who did were never the same again. I wish you luck, my friend. And I hope that when I see you again, you'll be in one piece. 2 or 3 at most.
Knowing Orin would be way more Yeah, you know what, Volo? I actually did that. There's an option to say you already killed her. Did you already kill her? I did. I already rid myself of the urges. I killed Orin. I was killed. And I was revived. So, yeah. I'm surprised there's no option to say that.
Whatever happens next, be sure that I will document it all as accurately as possible.
How many dragons are you going to add? Can I see your wares? You know what? Let's buy the Dimension Door scrolls. Righty. Congrats on the resurrection. Yeah, it's kind of nice to live and tell the tale, right? Yeah, we can just go to sleep. Ah. Wait, someone in your camp still wishes to speak to you. But who? Maybe we have to talk with Wyll once for the prompt to go away. I don't know.
It's funny.
Oh.
As the blade, I've faced untold brutes and beasts. Together, we've seen illithid horrors most souls could merely fathom. I lived at the mercy of fiends, a devil's plaything trying to right the coast's wrong. But I've only now come to see who my true enemy's been.
I think this is the Roman scene, probably, right? Who's your true enemy? How is that a question? The answer is Minthara. It's always been Minthara.
So you'd think, but the right answer is much simpler than that. Time. Time is so goddamned greedy. It can never give, only take. It builds mountains and deserts only to tear them asunder. It fells armies. It conquers kings, queens, even gods. We blink and we're gone. And our hopes, our memories, our heart bonds are gone with us. Lucky for us, I found a way to stop time. If just for a moment. Come, let me show you.
That was a wild turn of events. Eleven smiles and takes Wyll's hand.
The Wilden Oak. Legend has it stood since the Age of Dawn. I used to come here and climb it when my father's eye was turned elsewhere. Daydream of the stories it might tell if I listened close enough. The Dragon Lords sparking the skies above it. The Moon Elves first plucking the strings of the weave. Standing here, I feel like I can see into forever.
That was a long way of asking for a kiss. Yes, right? Like, in the beginning I was like, where are we going? And then to be like, oh, this is a Roman scene? Ah, that was very elaborate. Seriously, you dragged me out here to look at a tree? I think most in character would actually be to Lemon enjoys the view, enjoys Wyll's quiet company.
I've been thinking a lot about forever. More so, I've been thinking about everything that comes before, and who I want at my side as it passes.
Okay.
My mother always said the Wilden Oak's acorns held just a touch of wishing magic. If that be so, then may my greatest wish come true tonight. I love you. Will you be mine today and tomorrow and reaching into eternity?
Is he proposing? He's proposing, isn't he? Ah. It is kind of very cute with the acorn, I gotta say. It's very corny and I love that. Are you romancing anyone in the game? I am kinda romancing, not everyone, but almost everyone. I'm romancing like all the guys and Shadowheart. Oh gosh. 6 is really mean. Yes, yes, yes!
Gods, you've made me the happiest soul in all the realms.
Wow.
Your skin flushes and your soul sings as you palm the acorn, wishing magic, affection, love. Whatever the cause, it's as real as the ground beneath you.
Get down here already. It's time we started our happily ever after.
Aww. I mean, Will's just like a really true romantic, right? It's very cute. If I was into dudes, he'd be my choice. I mean, for me, as someone who is into dudes, it would be Gale. But I think now looking at like all the romances, Will would be like second place. It's about time. Let's see what the blade can do with his weapon. Interesting that you really don't get like any explicitity in his romance scenes. Like scene-wise, it's definitely the tamest romance. It's also a very romantic one. I still gotta say, I do prefer Gale's. To no one's surprise, I assume. But it was also very cute, very romantic. Yeah. I was just watching Nia Newman's Visit to the House of Hope today, and that scene. Oh boy, it is quite the scene. Talking about explicit, right? Now he's married to the main character who's gonna disappear after the game. He can't catch a break. Why are we disappearing after the end of the game?
Doesn't look like anyone's been here in a while. Perhaps people lost faith. Or forgot about it. I wanted to come here. To see if I felt anything that I hadn't done before.
Oh.
Now that I know what I know. Now that I know who I am.
And do you feel anything?
Loss. Actual loss, not Shah's oblivion. I had my family. For too short a moment. Now they're gone.
Oh.
By my hand.
But I mean, you gave them salvation and freedom, right? They're not truly gone. Remember the moon motes?
I remember. But they can't comfort me. They can't give me advice. They can't tell me what I was like as a little girl.
I just want to say we need to hug her. Oh. Shah is truly awful. So, what's next?
We carry on. It's all we can do. I'll follow in a while. I think I want to stay here a little longer, firstly. This place isn't familiar, but it's peaceful.
Oh. So, what is it now? Shadowheart or Genevieve?
Shadowheart. She's as much a part of who I am as Genevieve. Can't just forget her. It's not what I do anymore. Besides,
Oh.
Shadowheart still suits me. Even better than before, perhaps. You can't cast a shadow without some light.
I can see why someone would build a whole religion about feeling shitty. Oh boy. And I mean, Shah still doesn't give a damn about you. If she sees fit or if it brings someone misery, she just sacrifices you. Yeah, Gate's obsession with his ex puts me off. I do know that quite a few people see it like that. For me, I don't know, it kind of doesn't feel like that, cause at least to me, it feels like whenever he talks about Mystra, it's a lot about like the past. It's about the quest line basically, about her being the goddess of magic, with him having the orb and their connection. Like the way he talks about her, it doesn't seem like talking about her in the role of like the axe, but about like magic and like the goddess. I don't know. At least that's why it doesn't bother me. I can see why people dislike that, and I mean that's obviously fair.
Shadowheart's parents are at peace. And so she, it seems.
I was waiting for another remark, but apparently not.
Lead.
Right. Well, then let's talk about Shadowheart's parents.
What Shadowheart did for her parents was a profound act of love. Her courage is... well, it's quite something to behold.
She's a new face, like the moon. Get it? Oh boy. I guess kind of going from the new moon to the full moon. I guess if it was a woman talking about her ex that way, it would also put me off. I mean, unless it turned out they had put that ex behind them. And I mean, I guess that's why for me it doesn't matter, because it feels like that is behind. And it's not about talking Mystra as the axe. But well, I know there are lots of different opinions about that. I think what also helps for me to not see it that way is just like, I really do like Mystra as a concept, as like the goddess of magic. And that's also why I very quickly put her into like just the concept, just the goddess part, and not the relationship with her. Cause, yeah, for me it feels rather like that.
I'm so glad Shadowheart's ordeal is over. It'll be a long time before she'll come to terms with all this. But at least now, she can start. Free of Shah.
Oh, I think we didn't talk to Karlach in quite a while. So, what do you think of our hero Jaheira's house?
I don't know what I was expecting. Something beyond real. My life would have been so different if I ended up working for her instead of Gortash. Looking after these kids. Making a difference. Maybe in the next life.
No. Sorry, Karlach.
It is no small thing to slay one's life-bringers. Shadowheart did what was right, not what was easy.
I really like how the Lae'zel-Shadowheart relationship develops. Like how supportive they become of each other. Now, Karlach I love with her whole heart. Aww.
A cruel task fell to Shadowheart. But she did as her parents wished. She has my eternal respect. And I hope she soon finds peace.
Me too, me too. I'm kind of worried about what Minthara's going to say about that, but let's go.
Killing one's parents can be an important rite of passage. A usurpation of their place in society. Shadowheart may not have gained status from her parents' death, but she has freed herself from Shah's influence. There is comfort in that.
I don't know, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. You have Halsin inducted CC armor, do you like to embarrass him? No, actually, because I do like the stats of that. And also, like, his usual clothes are different. The thing is,
to me, lover.
the game sometimes,
Then
or like very often after your long rest, reverse that. But usually, he's just wearing camp armor, and that's that. But anyway. Okay, but Halsin, I'm very sorry, you have to say
My heart soars just to look upon you. Wherever you need me. I'll be right.
Fair enough, his backstory is kind of about fighting Sharons.
Don't waste a step.
True. True. I just liked it stat-wise, and I also gotta say I didn't have Halsin like too much with me. But I usually try to put everyone in their camp clothes. But well, it just switches back and forth. Anyway, Minsc.
Boo is overjoyed with our victory. Another den of evil vanquished, and an old foe defeated. Well, Viconio was a friend for a short time beforehand, but then a foe once more. Yes, Boo, a most wicked witch. The very mention of her name gives him nightmares to this day.
Interesting that he's the only one who doesn't comment on Shadowheart's parents. Why is he so scared of Viconia?
Do not be afraid, Boo. She is not here. And you, bite your tongue until your eyes water and your hairs curl.
What? Sorry, but why is he so afraid of her?
Boo and Minsc have traveled far and wide, and met many fine and not so fine people. It will surprise you to learn that even the wisest of friends do not always recognize Boo for what he is.
Yeah, surprising. A mouse? The braids to your brawn? Well, miniature giant space hamster?
Exactly!
Mm.
The Drow was a cruel witch, but a clever one. She knew what Boo was right away, and she had never seen his like before. She wished to inspect his handsome magnificence. And so she did. One night, while he lay asleep, twitching his whiskers in happy dreams, she crept upon his tiny bedroll holding a knife as slim as a toothpick. She meant to spill his miniature guts and study them.
Oh. This is basically the camp skit, yeah, for real. And just hilarious. I've got to introduce an actual giant space hamster in my Spelljammer game. Oh yes! If I would play Spelljammer, I would really like to encounter one. And if I would DM it, I would probably play a lot around with them. What do they do in Spelljammer? Do they just... like... where do they live? What do they do? I think the gods stopped her.
Ha! Minsc did not stop her. He did not need to. Who never sleeps deeply while evil is near. He sprang into action and almost blinded the witch. She had fled from our camp by morning, when Boo told me the whole tale over a breakfast of berries and nuts.
Minsc never changed.
That little hideaway that we found in the cloister, it almost felt like I'd found a piece of my childhood. A childhood I don't truly remember. But remember it or not, I felt right at home there. Surrounded by books and night orchids.
You know, want to go and spend some time there?
Don't tempt me. Might find it hard to leave. Well, can you imagine what it would have been like growing up in that place? Endless training, no privacy, facing scorn wherever I looked. I can very easily imagine I needed somewhere to escape to, if I was to survive. Nocturne and I must have come here a lot. We probably had plenty we wanted to hide from. Anyway, I think that little hideaway helped shape who I am, as much as any sermon or training did. Funny the things that influence you.
Whether they want, they raised as companion animals. Ah, okay. What about the memories that were taken from you?
Most are lost forever. Some may creep back into my mind if I encounter anything that helps clear the fog. Then there's what Shah did restore to me. Memories of pain, suffering. Both my own and what I inflicted. It's
Spiteful bitch.
overwhelming. Like a lifetime's worth of nightmares unleashed all at once upon waking. I can barely untangle one moment from another, not that I even want to. I just know that my heart sinks if I let my thoughts wander to them.
Shah did that for no other purpose but sheer spite.
Shah seeks to break people. To fill their lives with despair so that they will turn to her for relief. Perhaps she thought this would lead me back to her in time. But it won't. I fought too hard to win my freedom. I will not give it up again, no matter how much it hurts.
Very well. What about us? Do you still remember all we've been through?
Of course. From the first time I laid eyes on you right until now. That's all safe. I wouldn't surrender even a moment of it.
Aww. Right. Minsc, you need to accompany me, please?
But if Minsc was not saved from the cult, was used to hurt those who only meant to help him. I think that ending Minsc might have been a way of saving Minsc too.
Oh. That was so random. Why did you talk about that?
You will grow to like Jaheira's incense in time. Like chewing herbs and soap, yes?
Yay, chewing soap.
Minsc shall...
Alright. Let's prepare for the day ad. Don't enter Jaheira.
Always nice to be wanted.
Journal updated.
What to do?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Never a dull
Let's prepare. Bugs me on Minthara bumps Halsin from his bugs. Yeah, I mean... It is kind of odd that you can have both of them in your party. Because I mean, I would also completely understand if Halsin was like, either she stays or he does. But well. It was mainly just to experience a little bit of Minthara in this game.
What am I to do?
But I don't think I'm ever going to go like full evil to like actually recruit her. Oh, I forgot you were a fellow member of the Party Unlimited Club. Yep. I gotta say it's really nice. It makes some fights like really difficult because everyone gets like an extra action if you have like 2 more companions. But it's just so cool to have like more reactions, right? Because otherwise I would have I still would always take like Gale and Shadowheart along. So yeah, that was kind of the workaround. Let's go for water. Come on, Minsc.
Have you met my hamster?
No, but I will summon your hamster. That's so loud. And we also take the armor medal. I should have used 8 after summoning the companions. Oh well. Anyway. For mage armor. And now for you too.
Let's move.
With lavender we need animals. Long strider. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 targeted so far. Oh well. So we still need to cast it on the Water Myrmidon and on Astarion. Mind if I bounce an idea off to you? Sure, feel free. See how the map just turned red? Oh boy.